Hey everyone, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're going to do another What Sold on eBay this week video. We had some pretty good sales, and I'm going to let some people file in as we're doing a live stream here. And I hope everyone's having an amazing Sunday. I hope your week was awesome. I hope you had good sales this weekend, and decided I was going to do a little bit of a live stream video right now, even though, I've been studying a lot of stuff about YouTube lately, and they said like Sundays usually are the worst days to be uploading and stuff like that. So we decided, hey, you know what? It's Sunday. Why don't I have a few minutes? Why don't I do a live stream and we'll go over what sold on eBay this week of February 2019. It's been super cold here in California. We're not really used to that in Southern California. It's been cold all over the country, all over the world. There's been some crazy weather. Weather's been crazy. I actually bought a pair of rain boots for the first time in my life, which are really cool. And so it's like one of those things where it's just crazy weather everywhere. But sales were good last week. We're gonna go over that in just a minute. But if you're new to the channel, definitely go down there and click the subscribe button. When we reach 7,000 subscribers, we're going to give away an Amazon gift card. I think I'll do a $24 or a $25 Amazon gift card to one of my lucky subscribers. I guess that's what the kids do. That's what the hip kids do on Twitter. They give away stuff on, did I say Twitter? I mean on YouTube. And we got Geronimo Rubio in the house. He says, good afternoon, brother. And Thelma Thrift is in the house. Wow, great sale on the screen there. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We had a $2,000 day on Wednesday. We were so close to having that $1 million day, and I'm going to get into that in just a second, what that means, what a $1 million day means, to eBay sellers. And, you should strive for that $1 million eBay store. And of course, there's a lot of things that go into that, like being able to have the right products and things like that. But, that's my main goal for the American Cancer Society shop, is to make them a $1 million shop annually. There's a long road that's going to go for me to, organize that whole thing to get together to do that right now. But yeah, we'll get into that in just a second. So we'll let a couple more minutes for some of y'all to get into the chat. I really appreciate everyone's support. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, definitely click that subscribe button. We're trying to do daily videos. Again, I know you guys missed the Know Your Stuff shows where I go over the different things, and we're going to probably have some interviews tomorrow and the next day, so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate your guys' support, and definitely click the like button anytime during this video. That helps out the channel for sure. So let's get right into it. Actually, like I said, thank you everyone for showing up. Your time is very valuable, so I appreciate that. So let's get right into it. So we did it. We had a $2,000 day on Wednesday. This was last Wednesday. We sold some pretty good items. We're going to go over that right now. For those that don't know, the $1 million day, when I say $1 million day, that's $2,740. If you can make $2,740 in sales every day, I know that's crazy, but if you can do that every day, you'll have $1 million eBay store. So, we have our goals, and I definitely have my own personal goals that I want to achieve. So we almost did it. We did 2,000 on Wednesday, and we're going to go over some of those items right now. First up, we have this sterling silver bowl. This thing is just like solid silver, marked 925. This is actually a great sale by some of the employees up north. So this is amazing sale. They did some back and forth on this thing, as it was listed pretty high at first, and then we kind of brought it down. We had a lot of offers under the silver value. And what's nice about precious metals like gold and silver is you're pretty much always going to sell those very fast because of the silver content, or if it's platinum or gold. Usually, scrappers, stackers, as some of them are known in the business, they like to purchase these kind of things just for the silver content. Now, I'm not sure someone's probably going to melt this down, even though it would be a crazy task to melt something like this down. But, that is definitely a possibility. But anyways, I think this sold for $424.99. I think we might have took a best offer for less than this. I'm not completely sure, but it was still a pretty good sale, and it was part of our $2,000 day on Wednesday. And we got Tracy Thrifts in the house. She's lurking. Well, that's all good, Tracy, because I lurk on your show too. So I definitely got to pop in on your show one of these nights for sure, because you have a late night reseller show also. That's pretty fun to listen to while I'm doing other activities. Next up, this was the biggest sale of the week. We had this Chanel women's blazer. This sold for $699.99. This sold pretty quick, maybe in like the hour that I put it up. We featured this on Instagram. It's a pretty nice jacket, pretty much in mint condition. Beautiful stitching, and you can usually tell Chanel, I don't want to say vintage because this isn't really vintage, but it is it's probably like 10 to 8 years old, but you can tell a Chanel jacket by just the way this kind of pattern and stitching is. It's beautifully stitched. It's like amazing piece. But anyways, that sold for $700, and this was the highest price thing that we sold this week. And I'm pretty excited about the new photography studio. As you can see, the photos are looking a lot better. I'm still fine-tuning all the photography. We got a new camera, and I've been messing with the ISOs and the different settings and the different lighting. And I've this is I'm starting to learn, and I think high quality photos for high quality merchandise is something to go, and every eBayer, I think, in my opinion, should strive for high quality photos and white backgrounds, because Google indexes white backgrounds, and you've heard that a million times before. So I get a lot of complaints about my hands in the photos. I don't know if I have any of my hands in the photos in this one, and just complaints like on YouTube. I don't have anyone messaging me on eBay saying, hey, get your hands out of the photo. So I'm kind of like a hand model in a way too. This is an older piece. It's Donna Karan, New York. Jersey turtleneck blouse. We took a best offer for $180 on this one. This was an older listing that I didn't have the time to redo on the new mannequin. As you can see, it's got the silver background. As you can see, the photos from what what we did before to what we do now, I'll show you real quick. It's pretty much night and day. I mean, look at that. It's just night and day, the photographs. Especially with this dark piece, you want a white background so it really pops. But we took a best offer for $180 on this. It was actually a pretty good sale for sure. Next up, my favorite brand, Loro Piana Cashmere. This was actually a men's 56XL. I actually tried this on and it fit perfectly. And it was funny because I was like, man, this is actually a really nice sweater. I've never put on a Loro Piana sweater before, especially since it was a men's 56. This thing fit perfectly. It was so warm and nice, and now I understand why the baby, was this a baby cashmere? Let me go look real quick. I think it might have been. Nope, it's just a regular cashmere sweater. The baby cashmere ones go for a lot of money, so look out for Loro Piana baby cashmere, and I think we have one of those that we listed. But anyways, we took a best offer for $250 on this one. This was part of the $2,000 day we did on Wednesday, which is amazing. We had some pretty good sales this weekend also. I think just being consistent with everything has been helping a lot. And we got Land Shark Picker in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Definitely check out Land Shark Picker's channel. Bunch of awesome resellers here on YouTube. But anyways, we took a best offer on this for $250. It's a really mint condition sweater. And yeah, so the photos are really helping, I think, sell these items really fast. This sold super fast. We took a best offer real quick on this one. Next up, we have this Loro Piana baby cashmere. Now, this is a baby cashmere. Let me show you guys what it looks like. As you can see, this one actually, some nice photos. And I want to give a shout out, and forgive me, I wish I remembered the name. I think it's Toy Addict was saying that I should take photos with the clothing loose, because I do pull them back a little bit and clip them on the back so you can see the hips. And she was saying that some other ladies might not like They want to see what it looks like as it's just draped down. They don't want to see it kind of fitted. But this is what the baby cashmere tag looks like. So Loro Piana is a bolo brand for sure. But if you can find baby cashmere Loro Piana, it's like 2 to 3 times as much value, I should say, as just a regular Loro Piana. So, you know, a Loro Piana cashmere sweater, you know, mint condition, you might get $100 to $200, but a baby cashmere, a Loro Piana sweatshirt, you might get $200 to $600 for. So it's just one of those things to definitely look out for. We got Jermaine Privet in the house. What is up? Welcome to the show. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Definitely click the like button if you learn anything during this broadcast for sure. Next up, we have this McKenzie Childs checkered black and white cake dessert stand. I talked about McKenzie Childs products before earlier this week. I think I did a video on Friday or Thursday about that. And by the way, I'll leave a link on the back end to that video. It's a Know Your Stuff video. We talk about this brand. This is definitely the Bolo brand. I've passed this up so many times in the past. I never thought twice about looking at it, but McKenzie Childs, this is what the brand hallmark looks like, or the maker's mark looks like. There's some slight variations over the years. It's been a brand that's been out since 1983, I do recall. And so the branding has changed back and forth, and a lot of these things are all hand painted. As you can see, beautiful quality, and what stands out is just the amazing, just all these things are hand painted. So look out for this for sure. So we sold this one for $59.99 plus $13.99 shipping. This one actually fit really well in a crate and barrel box, and we did a video on shipping, and it's a vlog. And if I can remember, I'll post a video up on the back end to that vlog. We'll leave it up there for sure. We got the reel in the house. We're doing great. We're doing great. I definitely appreciate you being here. Next up, we have this vintage iceberg sweater. This was another employee photograph here, and I've never heard of iceberg before. So if you've heard of iceberg, definitely leave a comment in the chat. It did say Disney, and I was kind of like really confused, but I guess it's King. I don't want to say King Louis, but where's the character? I just saw it. Prince and the Pauper? No, not Prince and the Pauper. What character? Oh, you can't even zoom in. What character is this king from? It looks, I don't know if it's Robin Hood, but anyways, this was a cool sweater. It sold for $40 plus $9.99 shipping on this one. I think this went with a flat rate for sure. Robin Hood, thank you very much. I knew it was something. I knew it was one of those ones. Next up, we have these vintage Moroccan silver tone dagger. These were kind of just decoration pieces that were donated. They were dull. They weren't sharp at all. So these are like kind of decorative pieces. They were very old. And at first we thought they might have been solid silver, but we did a test on them, a rub test, and they were definitely like tin or something like that. They were really not the greatest quality. So that tells you, right off the bat, if someone's going to use silver and not tin, they're actually usually going to make them high quality. So that's one of the pro tips too. And some of this stuff is determining right off the bat if it's silver. Also, silver makes actually an interesting noise when you flick it. It's not like a scientific it's not a scientific way to go about it, but it's one of those things where does it pass the flick test? But anyways, what I was saying is high quality silver is usually going to be or silver I should say is going to be high quality stuff. They're not usually just going to throw something together and it's going to look like garbage. Like I said, these were just kind of decorative home pieces, and I'm pretty sure you could sharpen these, but looking at the blades inside, they were just kind of stuck in there in wood, so they weren't really anything too crazy. But this sold for $29.99 plus $13.99 shipping, and we featured this in the latest vlog also, how we had to slightly modify a medium flat rate box for these to fit in there. Next up, we have this Burberry plaid small purse handbag. Clutch, coin, money, all the keywords. I think clutch might have been like the keyword for this for sure. But anyways, I want to say we took a best offer for $59.99 for this, plus $5.99 shipping. This was very light. And for those that don't know, Burberry is a very hot product. They sell for pretty crazy amount of money. You just got to look out for fakes. And a real quick way just to kind of authenticate anything, any handbag, it could be Coach, Chanel, any of these kind of handbags, is usually if you look at the stitching and you look at the hardware, authentic stuff is going to be like amazing stitching, amazing condition. If you see stuff that just seems off, stitching's not even, it's kind of thrown together, you know it's pretty much a fake 99% of the time. But you know, quality is always going to be quality for these higher end brands. But it was a nice sale for sure. Next up we have this 12-inch, I think it's Sasha Rostov. And this was not one of my listings, and I thought it was kind of crazy actually that they actually put in the two kind of bowls here instead of making it a lot. I think they just, I don't know what happened with this thing. But anyways, both of these sold, and they shipped. And just be careful when shipping plates and stuff like that you wrap them very well. And I usually put some cardboard in between them. And we did a video on how I ship glass before, so you can definitely check that out. Next up, we have this magic trick lot. I actually thought this would go for a lot more than it did. We start this at $9.99 and just, you know, let it ride to see what happens. It had a lot of pretty crazy magic books in there. Some of these weren't going for crazy money on Amazon, the books, I mean, and the pieces, but the gags and all that kind of stuff were pretty much brand new. A lot of this stuff was brand new, so someone got a really good deal. And someone came and picked this up locally. So if you're in the Burbank area, you're in the Los Angeles area, check out our website, check out our eBay auctions. Free shipping pretty much if you want to come and pick up anything. The gentleman that bought this came and picked it up. So you got an amazing lot of books and magic tricks for $10.50. And he just had to come in. He was local. He just came in and picked it up. So if you want to save on shipping and you're in the Los Angeles area, definitely go down there and check out our eBay store, where 100% of the money goes to cancer research, which is amazing. Truly blessed to be a part of that organization. Next up, we have this Band of Brothers. This was a, what do you call it? Not DVDs, but these were Blu-rays. And this was a sealed thing that came in, and this sold for $22.99. So media still sells. You know, not all DVDs and Blu-rays are going to go for a good amount of money. But always look for sealed stuff. Always scan sealed stuff. And for those that don't know, if you have the eBay app on your phone, you can actually scan barcodes with the eBay app. And we saw that this was going anywhere between $20 to $40. So we took a best offer, I think, for actually this sold for $22.99 plus $5 shipping. We ship pretty much all of our movies and CDs and LPs with media mail. And all of our books. So, you know, they saved a little bit on shipping because this probably would have been over £1, so it would have been charged for priority. So that's another pro tip, is if you don't know anything about media mail shipping, it'll save your customers a lot of money. It's going to get to them a little slower. It's not too crazy, but it'll save your customers, you know, a lot of money. And it's just economy shipping, that's all. And you can't ship certain things. You can't ship magazines and video games and stuff like that. But for those that have been in the business for long enough, you understand what media mail shipping is. And if you're not familiar, there's lots of YouTube videos on media mail, and just go to the source, USPS.com, and look at their media mail policies, because they do change from time to time. To my knowledge, I don't think the media mail stuff has changed lately. Next up, we have this Accros trench coat. I listed this on Friday, and I took a best offer for $150 on this yesterday. As you can see here, the photos are looking actually pretty good. And so Accros, whatever you want to say, is another Bolo brand to look out for. It's another high-end women's work clothes brand. For sure, so look out that. So we did take a best offer for $150 on this piece. Sure. Up next is another Accros piece. This actually probably could have gone with that other piece. As a matter of fact, the same person that bought that other piece bought this piece, so you know it's going to go together for sure. The colors matched. It's like a off-white oatmeal cream. I don't know. I usually call them cream, though off-white is probably the terminology for this. But anyways, we took a best offer for 150 on this one also. And the lady has bought pretty much all the Accros stuff that we've listed. Almost everything. This one particular lady, she spends hundreds of dollars on these things. I think her last order, she spent over $500 on Accros blouses and stuff like that, because these have all been, you know, size 12s and 46s and stuff like that in the French sizing. And I've learned so much about clothing over the last few years, especially the last few months. I used to stay away from clothes, and now I really have a huge passion for researching brands and taking, you know, nice photographs and just kind of presenting the whole thing in a professional manner. Next up, we have this Mario Masini 1922 Italian. I don't think this is actually from the 20s. Was this really from the 20s? Why did I put 1922 on here? Crazy. I don't know. I think that might have actually been a typo. I don't know. Anyways, this is not from 1922. I don't know why I put that, but anyways, we took a best offer for 50 something on this. We've talked about art before. As a matter of fact, my last art video that I posted, you know, we talked about this particular artist, how one of the hardest things you're going to do when buying art at thrift shops and garage sales is determining like who the artist is, because with just this scribbling last name, it's really hard to determine what something is. So luckily, on the back of this particular thing, it actually had the artist's name. So, you know, the research was half the battle with this thing. So I can understand why people don't sell and source art for sure, because it's a hard niche to get into. You know, DVDs and stuff that have barcodes, they're so easy. Like literally anyone can go and scan a barcode, but it takes what do you call it? What am I looking? What is the word I'm looking for? Experience. It takes experience when you deal with art and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where some days some art will go for a lot of money, and some days some art won't go for a lot of money. It's one of those things. It's just do your research. Thrift Trader says, I got plenty of art research to do with art from a storage unit. Yeah, I think people avoid it because there's so much work that's involved with trying to just figure out who the artist is alone, let alone determining a price if there's no comps, you know. And that's one of the things. There's literally millions of artists out there, like literally millions of artists out there. And so I think a lot of people get overwhelmed with art. But like I said before in the past videos, that $1 million item that you're going to find at a thrift shop is going to be art. It's not going to be a toy. It's not going to be a DVD. It's not going to be a piece of clothing, though some clothing can go for a pretty crazy amount of money. But $1 million item, that jackpot thing that you're going to find, is going to be art, guaranteed. 99% of the time it's going to be art. It's not going to be something else. Not going to be hard goods unless it's a statue. So yeah, I love art. If you have some time to research stuff, I found a $500 painting at Goodwill last year that was for $5, and it was like a really well-known artist in that particular genre. Next up, we have this Russian fairy tale box. This was a listing that we had that was an old listing, and I just took, this is like probably like the third or fourth day I was working there. I took some new photos. These photos aren't even super great, but it ended up selling for $34.99. Trinket boxes are definitely, you know, one of the other niche that you can get into, but this was an amazing piece. Once again, I am Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. That is pretty much what we sold. We had an amazing week this week, so we're truly blessed, and we really appreciate everyone for watching. And definitely click the like button. If you have any questions on the back end, definitely leave it in the comments, and check out our eBay store. Send us the best offer if you see anything. Link is going to be below. Like I said, you know, money goes to cancer research, and we do a lot of amazing things here at the American Cancer Society. So once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're going to get back at it Monday, tomorrow. We might have an interview tomorrow at some point, so stay tuned for that. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.